In the autumn of 1996, a film about three scorned women plotting revenge became an unexpected cultural detonator. It wasn't just a hit, it was a phenomenon that seemed to tap into a collective, unspoken reservoir of feeling, proving that stories of female reinvention, told with wit and fury, could command the center of the cultural stage. The journey of the first Wives Club to the screen is a tale of persistence and serendipity. It began with Olivia Goldsmith's 1992 novel, a sharper, darker satire. The film rights were acquired quickly, but the project languished in development hell, deemed too female-centric and risky by a cautious studio system. It was screenwriter Robert Harling, fresh from Steel Magnolias, who found the tonal key. He softened the novel's bitter edge into a more accessible, comedic rage while preserving its core emotional truth. Director Hugh Wilson, known for Police Academy, was an unconventional choice. Yet his background in broad comedy provided the energetic pacing the studio wanted, while Harling's script ensured the heart and anger remained intact. The casting was its own minor miracle. Securing Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, and Diane Keaton, three distinct icons representing different facets of Hollywood womanhood, created a perfect storm of star power and credibility. Their chemistry wasn't just comic, it felt lived in, a testament to friendships forged in the fires of shared experience. The film opens not with a gag, but with a funeral, a potent, atmospheric choice. The suicide of their college friend, Cynthia, driven to despair by her husband's abandonment, is the tragic catalyst. It's a grim reminder of the stakes, a shadow that hangs over the subsequent comedy. This moment establishes the film's central thesis. In a world that discards women as they age, inaction is not a neutral choice. It can be a fatal one. Annie, Brenda, and Elise are not archetypes, but specific portraits of displacement. Annie, played with fragile precision by Keaton, is the good wife whose identity has evaporated into wifely service. Brenda, Midler's earthy, betrayed homemaker, represents economic and emotional devastation. Hawn's Elise, the fading actress, embodies the terror of lost beauty as currency. Their ex-husbands are not mustache-twirling villains, but specific kinds of male failure. The emotionally vacant, the financially greedy, the vainly narcissistic. The genius of the film's structure is that the revenge plot is almost secondary. The real narrative engine is the reconstruction of the women's friendship and, by extension, their selves. The scenes of them plotting in Annie's apartment are less about scheming and more about therapy, a rediscovery of voice and agency through collective memory and shared outrage. The famous "You Don't Own Me" sequence isn't merely a musical number. It's a ritual of reclamation, a public declaration of independence performed with the joyful fury of a war cry. Thematically, the film is a sharp critique of transactional relationships. The husbands view their wives as depreciating assets. Society views middle-aged women as invisible. The club's revenge, therefore, is to master the transaction. They don't seek violence, they seek settlement. They use the system's own rules, blackmail, financial leverage, public humiliation, to extract their due, turning the mechanisms of their oppression into tools of liberation. This is where the film transcends its 90s comedy trappings. Their goal isn't to get the men back, but to render them irrelevant. The triumphant finale isn't Brenda's husband crawling back, but her rejection of him. It's not Elise winning a role, but her founding a talent agency for older actresses, changing the system. It's not Annie remarrying, but her standing confidently alone, having reclaimed her home and her sense of self. The production design subtly reinforces this journey. Notice the color palettes? Annie's world begins in muted, beige tones of suburban compliance and ends in the vibrant, art-filled warmth of her reclaimed apartment. Elise moves from the cold, metallic gloss of her penthouse to the grounded, creative chaos of her new office. The environments visually chart their internal shifts from confinement to ownership. A pivotal, often overlooked scene is their visit to a cigar bar A traditionally male space, their entrance, dressed in sleek black, is a silent invasion. They don't try to blend in, their presence itself is the disruption. They command the room, not through adaptation, but through unapologetic occupation. It's a microcosm of their entire project, refusing to be relegated to the margins any longer. The film's enduring resonance lies in its validation of a specific kind of anger, not the chaotic rage of youth, but the focused, righteous fury of experience. It argues that the anger of women who have built lives, only to see them devalued, is not only justified but a potent creative and destructive force. Its anger as an architect used to build something new from the rubble of the old. Its cultural impact was immediate and seismic. It spawned catchphrases, inspired viewing parties, and demonstrated the formidable box office power of a female-driven narrative. More importantly, it offered a blueprint, not for literal revenge, but for the idea that solidarity could be an antidote to isolation, and that reinvention in midlife was not an ending, but a compelling, even glorious new beginning. In conclusion, The First Wives Club is far more than a quotable comedy. It is a meticulously constructed film about the reclamation of identity. It uses the framework of a revenge fantasy to explore the profound work of rebuilding a self after societal and personal betrayal. The club's ultimate victory is not the humiliation of their ex-husbands, but their collective transition from being defined by their relationships to men to being defined by their relationships to each other and to their own reclaimed futures. The final shot lingers not on the women, but on the empty chairs in their new foundation's office. A silent, powerful promise. Those chairs await others. The work the film suggests is just beginning. It leaves us with a resonant, atmospheric question. What might we build and who might we become if we dared to channel our own quiet disappointments into a shared, constructive fury? Thank you for watching. Until the end, we pour our passion into every single video essay, exploring the stories behind the movies we all love. If you stumbled upon this video by chance, there is a very high probability you might never see our channel again in your feed. So please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and ring the bell. We are actively growing this community of cinema lovers, and your support is what helps us make our content better and more insightful every single day. Let's explore the magic of filmmaking together. See you in the next one.